Hello, gentle viewers. This is Guardian welcoming you back to Tabletop Simulator and the Battle for Souls. Ha ha! That was fun. Battle for Souls is a card game by Robert Burke, published by Robert Burke Games, in which 2 to 4 players or 1 player plays as hell or heaven, trying to reap the souls of people for their cause. So, I haven't finished setting up the game yet, but I thought this would be a good time to talk a little bit about the game while I do so. So, the game plays over an indeterminate number of rounds in which players are competing for the souls of people who have recently died and are either trying to get them into heaven or hell, respectively. And then we're gonna go. We have the artiste, the reader, and the idealist. One of the best parts of this game, and I'll probably gush about it a handful of extra times throughout the game, is how amazing the artwork is that they got for the game. Like, I don't know who this dude is, but this is beautiful. Pardon me. And all the art in this game is like this, especially the archangels and the devils. I'm just shuffling some decks while we talk. And it's really, really good. Alright, so you need to reveal the first archangel, which is Asriel, the angel of death. It's still going to be a lot of work to carry around all those heads, but he seems to be doing okay. And opposing Asriel is Asmodeus. Oh, okay. Oh, if you've ever seen or read, either seen the movie or read the book Red Dragon, or sorry, what was the book called? What's it called? Yeah, it was called Red Dragon too. This is the painting the character talks about that inspired him to become the Red Dragon. It's a really big painting, by the way, and this is even remotely the naughtiest bit of it. But it is very interesting. Oh, goodness. Last things last, we draw 5 cards for each player. And now we talk about the game. So, the heart and soul of this game is acquiring what are either called HPs or UPs, holy points or unholy points, depending on your side. This is done by pulling particular souls to your side of the field. Once somebody, and you track these using these dice. So once somebody gets up to 4, they can be reaped if someone has a reap card, like our devil friend has. He's got one right there. Once they get up to 6 and move on to 7 or higher, however, they instantly go right up to heaven or hell, and you get a new archangel or devil because they were so pure of spirit they're instantly transformed into one of these higher beings. And that's basically what we're doing. It's a tug-of-war style area control game based on poker hands to drive the actual action of the gameplay. Now, every turn takes place with 8 phases, but like many games with multiple phases, I said this last week too, most of the phases are really quick. So let's talk about what those phases are. So, the first phase of every turn is to activate, if you have one, an appropriate archangel or devil. Now, archangels or devils only gain you 1 holy point, but it's a constant 1 holy point. Unfortunately for heaven, because we'll say heaven starts the game, no one here is charitable. We have kindness and humility, but nobody here is charitable. And that's a bit of a bummer. Do note, it is +1. If someone is already, say, unholy, +1 doesn't do anything for you. You need to remove the holy, unholy before you can make them holy. And there's a few ways you can do that. So that's the first phase of any turn. And we're just going to go through the Heaven's first turn slowly and talk about the other parts. Step 2. You can also spend holy or unholy points to buy cards, specifically Intercessions, which are 2 holy points, and Holy Relics, which are 3 holy points, which can be very powerful abilities and rule breakers that can really change the complexion of the game. I have 0 holy points, I can't do anything with those. Next, we come up to one of the mandatory phases, which is you have to play a set of cards. So, this is where the game turns into a bit like poker, where you want the very best possible hand in order to achieve a particular goal. If we do 4 of a kind, that would be pretty bonkers. I get to instantly... Oh, that's brilliant. Okay. So, whenever you're playing a hand to improve somebody's holy points or unholy points, it must match their virtue or sin. In this case, we're going to be playing this as 4 humility cards, but before I do that, I didn't mention the victory points. This fella here is worth 4, 3, and 3. Easy enough, not really that confusing. There's also other ways to get victory points, including through relics, intercessions, and even playing a pair, which gets you 1 point. So, my friends, we're going to go ahead and play this as 4 of a kind, and we're going to say it's 4 humility. So I'm just going to go... Whoop. I said whoop. And this now goes up to 4. But I also get a free relic, and the timing couldn't be better because the relic step comes next. We're going to pull this out and flip it over, and we have unlocked the Assumption Robe. We're going to put some tokens on it. Oh, I see. 3, 2, and 1. Cool. This is going to be a powerful rule breaker that lets us instantly reap a soul. That's pretty good. So we finished phase 3. And in phase 3 is very simply either play a hand of cards, discard as many cards as you'd like, or draw a new card. There's a maximum hand limit of 8 cards, and there's definitely times where you just want to add a card to get a more powerful hand down the road. But our opening hand was just too darn good. Step 4. We don't have any intercessions or sins, so we skip that part. Next we can use a holy relic. And the idea of starting the game off with a 4-point advantage sounds really good to me. So I'm going to activate my holy relic. Get to the right color, please. Thank you. And we're going to take the idealist immediately to heaven. New soul comes out. Reset this to 1, and he becomes neutral. You may be asking yourself, Avi, how do you end the game? The game ends when every soul in the game has been dealt with. Either sent to heaven, sent to hell, or sent to purgatory. Or even sent into the void. I think there's a couple cards that let you do that. So, step 7, I have to draw up to a... No, I can't play a reap card because A, I don't have one, and B, I couldn't do so legally. Step 7, I draw up to a full hand of 5 cards. And last, but certainly not least, I end my turn. I don't know why this has to be in here. It seems a bit silly. But I guess it makes sense. So that concludes Heaven's turn. It was a very good opening turn. We already got 1 soul for our records, but now it is the turn of the Devil and Hell. So, Asmodeus gives us a free bonus to a lustful soul. Hello, artist. You are now unholy. Now, step 2 for him would be the same. I don't have enough to buy anything, though, so we skip that. And now we think about step 3. Now, 1 pair does get you a victory point at the end of the game. So it's not the worst idea, but it's also not that great. Three of a Kind is one unholy point. I can't reap anyone even if I wanted to. So really quickly, in order to play a reap card, you either have to have one soul that's at 4 holy or unholy, all the souls are holy, or all the souls are unholy. So, the reap can be a good way to gain points. It's also a great nuke, and we'll talk about that as the strategy comes up. To be honest, Three of a Kind isn't that great. I'm just going to go ahead and draw a card. We're going to wait. Four different colors is better. It's at least 2 points. That is... we don't draw any cards because our hand's already full, and we don't have any other abilities. We are done with our turn. Back to heaven. We're looking for somebody who is charitable. We don't have anyone, alas. So we're going to figure something else out. Four of a Kind would get us 2 holy points, and the best use for 2 holy points is honestly to buy an Intercession. Because of the way the turn order works, I can't do that this turn, but I think it does make sense. And let's work on the... It has to be the Architect, because the only card I have in my hand that matches is Temperance. So we discard 1, 2, 3, 4... And we refill our hand. Done. I could use my Holy Relic, but I don't have anything with at least 3 points. Oh, sorry. Four of a Kind is 2 holy points. My bad. And that is them done. We're gonna further attract this artist. And now would be a really interesting opportunity to have a discussion on what our options are. Nope, I can't do that, actually. I can't pump him up anymore. I don't have any lust cards in my hand. But I could buy an Intercession. Sorry, a Sin, because we're hell right now. And Sins are pretty powerful. The question is it worth it? Because it would basically be conceding the artist. Maybe to get the reader instead? But here's the thing. So in my opinion, the best hand you can possibly have in this game is 2-pair. Because you get a free Sin, and you immediately get a full hand so that you can play again. Which is pretty insane. And so there's a lot of argument that I shouldn't play any card at all. Now that would free up the artist for Heaven to take, but to be honest, I think we need an edge. So I'm going to go ahead and spend my 2 unholy points and buy myself a Sin. Which is a Sin of Murder. Which means I can basically reap a soul anytime I like. That's quite powerful. Unlike my Holy Relic, I can murder any soul at any time, which means if I see Heaven getting a really big lead and I just feel like being a dick, I can just kill the guy straight out, send him to Purgatory, and go from there. That's step 2 done. I think I'm going to draw another card. I'm hoping to either get 2-pair or 5 of a kind, or the 5 different colors. And I got my 2-pair, so next turn's going to be a very good turn for us indeed. Not this turn, though, and my turn is not complete. Can't legally play the Reap card, so I don't do that. So, I have an option here. An important option. First things first, no one is charitable. Okay. I could buy an Intercession. But the name of the game is Battle for Souls, not Battle for Intercessions. And I have the chance to make the Architect reapable. And that's really tempting, actually. So I think we do that, because I believe 4 different colors is +2. It is. But I don't have Temperance in my hand, so I can't do that. I could try to win over the reader or the artist. Buying the artist makes a ton of sense, because this is the guy that hell can just keep dragging incrementally into hell. So if I make him holy, then you can't use Asmodeus anymore. And that's a pretty nice benefit. So I think we'll do that. We're going to go ahead and spend 4 cards, one of which is their virtue, which is kindness. And increase this up to 2. And this now means that he can't use Asmodeus anymore. At least not until New Souls come out. I'm going to drop to a full hand. I'm not going to use my relic because I can't. And done. So, the devil is probably a little bit sad, but not too sad because he's going to have a pretty great turn. Now, I could murder one of these 2 souls. I don't think that makes sense to me, though. I think it makes more sense to kill someone that's about to be reaped for heaven. Oh no, if I did that, it would actually reap them. Oh, I see. So that's basically like if someone gets 3 points and I don't want them to get 4, that's when I would stab them in the face. But I'm not going to do that. I can't use Asmodeus because he's at maximum. He's holy now. We're going to go ahead and spend 2 Envy and 2 Sloth for 2 pair. Which gets me a free sin. Which is Gossip. So once per game, I can subtract 2 and add 2. Oh my goodness. I'm definitely going to use that this turn. But I now need to fill up to a full hand. Which is 2 more cards. And this one time... No, it is actually worthwhile to spend... No, I'm going to do it. I'm going to go ahead and turn in 2 gluttonies and get a victory point. I normally don't do this, but because it came off of a 2 pair, I didn't mind doing that. We'll see if that actually makes a difference. Okay. So, step 3 is done. Step 4, do I want to use a sin ability? Using this right now would be pretty big. But once I use it, it's gone. However, if I can reduce the artist to neutral and then make the reader unholy, this is about as good as this card is likely to get. So I think we're going to go ahead and do it. We're going to discard the card, make him neutral, and make you unholy. Sally can do the same soul, but that would be a little bit broken if you could. And then we draw 2 new cards, and our turn is complete. But now there is an ace in the hole for the side of heaven. I can make him reapable and then immediately use my holy relic, or even play my reap card. And knowing when to nuke the board is one of the most important things in this game. Because if I played Reap after I made the Architect 4 or higher, a couple things would happen. First of all, I'd get the Architect. Second, these 2 souls would both go to Purgatory. Basically meaning that Hell's Sin was done for no purpose, other than, yeah. And there's a lot of value in that. Because if I don't do something about the artist, they're going to start working on them again next turn. And even one holy or unholy point can be a lot, because it can be quite difficult to remove a point at any stage. So, I think... Do we go supernatural? Oh, I can't do it. I can't do my plan. Damn it. Temperance isn't one of the virtues in my hand. Damn it. I could just take the artist again. I don't really know how much I love that, though. I mean, I guess it would achieve the same goal, right? Of making the life harder. I could also just spend the 2 points on the architect for an intercession and see where that gets us. I kind of like doing that because then I can just instantly add it back. So I'm going to take an intercession. I got St. George. Once per game, the intercession of St. George can destroy an unholy relic. Oh, that's very nice. However, it has to be on my turn, so this is still very nice, though. I definitely don't hate that. And then I'm just going to go ahead and... I can't bring him back. I'm going to go for the artist, then. 2, 3, 4... And that's me done. I fill up to a full hand of cards. And this hand is getting discarded. I'm telling you that right now. 3 Reaps is pretty useless. All things considered. Alright. Well... Can't use Asmodeus. Could buy a card... But Hell's got to get on the board here. So we're going to go ahead and take step 3. I'm going to discard 4 cards, one of which is Sloth. Which pulls it up to 4. Now I've got 2 choices here. I can use my Sin and only claim the Reader, or I could Reap and wipe the board. Which would also have the benefit of getting a Reap out of my hand. Which is not nothing. Reap cards just kind of take up space until you use them at the last possible minute. And this is such a good card, I don't want to burn through it too quickly. So, I'm done with step 3. Step 4, I'm choosing not to use my Sin. 5, I don't have an Unholy Relic. 6, I can play a Reap card, and I will do so. So, this soul, the Reader, goes to hell immediately. The Architect and the Artist both go to Purgatory. I think there's a couple of relics that can let you pull souls out of Purgatory, so they're not gone forever. But hopefully this is a better set of cards for us. We have the Musician, the Philanthropist, and the Playwright. Okay. And the turn of Hell is nearly complete. I simply draw 5 additional cards. Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh, this is such a good card, but I can't use it. No, I could actually use it for that purpose. Okay, that's a pretty awesome hand. So, we do have a Charitable Soul. Would you rather the Philanthropist or the Musician? 6 to 1, half dozen to the other. Let's work on the Philanthropist. Next stage. Do I want to buy anything? I can't. Step 3. These cards are garbage. I don't need 3 Reaps. Go away. I'm going to keep the other 2 cards, but I am definitely getting rid of those 3. Step 4. Do I have an Intercession I wish to use? I do have one, but I can't use it. And I can't do anything... Oh, this is even better than that. I can do it with 3 holy points. Oh, that's very sexy. Okay, I like that quite a lot. Well, that's not going to happen either. I can't play a Reap card, so I draw up to a full hand. That's more like it. Okay. So nobody here is lustful, sadly. We need hornier souls, I guess, but we don't have them this time. I have no points to spend, so... Now... I could pull the Philanthropist back to neutral. I don't know how I feel about that, though. Actually, you know what we're gonna do? Shit. Nope. I can't. It's not an instant card. I can't use it whenever I want to. I have to use it during the sin phase. Ugh. This hand is utterly brilliant. It's fantastic. But because nobody here is wrathful, I can't use it for its Major League ability. That is in addition, so I still get the relic. The unholy relic. But I'm also nervous. No, because I would get a chance to use it at least once. Remember, it says you may add. It's a bit of a waste, but an unholy relic could change the game in a very positive way for Hell. So I think we're going to do it. I wish we could do both pieces of this, but we can't. No one here is angry enough. And what is this? Twice per game. Oh, this is one of my favorites. It's absolutely one of my favorites. I'm only ever going to use it once, which is whatever. Also, by sending it to the Void, they won't get any victory points at the end of the game for it. But even using it once is pretty massive. So, Sin. Do we want to murder anybody? I could just flat out murder the Philanthropist, hoping that we get a better soul for ourselves. I don't see that being very valuable, though. So I'm going to skip the Sin phase. I'm going to use my Unholy Relic. Only ever going to get to use it once. Still totally worth it. And I take this die and I roll. No, I'm going to do this one because he can pull on the Musician using Asriel. And we roll the die and they get that many unholy points. It's not the greatest thing in human history, but it's still pretty good. I drop to a full hand of cards, and that is my turn. Okay. So, I'm gonna make the Philanthropist even more philanthropic. Don't want to buy an Intercession right now. So step 3, I'm going to play my 2 pair. We have the Holy Eucharist. 3 times per game, it reduces the cost of my Intercession or Holy Relic. That's pretty good, my dudes. That is extremely good. It's one of my favorite Intercessions. Okay. I do get to draw up to a full hand of cards, however, because I played 2 pair. 4 of a kind. 4 of a kind. Because then I can try to grab the playwright. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Up to 2. Very nice. Very, very nice. So, next I could use an Intercession. I am indeed going to use St. George to blow up the Witch's Blade. And that goes into the Void. It's important that it goes into the Void because that's 2 less victory points for Hell at the end of the game. So that's very, very important. I have my own Holy Relic to use. I don't have anyone that I could reap using that. So I am going to instead draw up to a full hand and end my turn. Done. Okay, no one here is lustful, sadly. I don't want to buy anything, or do I? No, because if I take the points off of him, he's gonna get closer to hell. Or closer to heaven, rather. I need to get on the board here. So we're gonna go ahead and discard. Wait, do I have pride? I don't. Game, why do you keep tormenting me? By never giving me the card that I need? Yeah, I legally can't play. I can't do anything with him or any of these. It'd be very hellish of me to just murder someone in a fit of pique, but no, I'm gonna go ahead and draw a card. Ooh, it's a reap. I'm very annoyed as hell right now. The cards are being big fat jerks, and I don't approve. Okay. So... Wait, am I missing something? Is your hand of cards supposed to be face up in this game? I can't figure out if it's a bug with the... I can't figure out if this is because I'm playing the single player game and there's not another opponent, so it's not using the hands correctly. But right now I can see both hands pretty easily. I don't know what's going on with that. Anyway. So. First things first, we're gonna make the Philanthropist a bit more diligent. I could use my Holy Relic to instantly reap this soul, and I probably will. Just to free things up a bit. Okay, step 2, do I want to buy anything? I could get an Intercession for only 1. I think that's worth it. I don't mind releasing the Playwright if it means getting something really good. Which is an Intercession. It doesn't actually free them up all the way. So, we're going to play this. Oh, sorry, I should have discarded St. George because I killed my thing here. What does this one do? I can subtract holy points from a female soul to subtract double that number of unholy points from any soul in play. That's very intriguing. That's very interesting indeed. I don't know if that's my favorite Intercession. It seems like it would be very, very situational, but I guess that's okay. Next up is step 3. And I'm thinking... Four of a kind to bump up the Playwright, who I could then reap in a future turn, or just buy a relic. Makes a lot of sense. The other option would be bumping the Philanthropist to 5, which would get us much closer to getting a new Archangel. And the reason I feel confident with that is, let's pretend I don't know what's in their hand. It's really unlikely they would ever play a reap card if it would only benefit me. So I think I feel pretty good about waiting a bit. Hang on. I can do that, okay. I forgot what virtue they had. That goes up to 5. Do I want to use my Intercessions? I mean, I could nuke the Musician. I could just remove 1 from the Philanthropist, and that would remove 2 from the Musician, making them neutral again. I don't think that really does me too much of a benefit right now, though. I could use my Relic, but I'm not going to. So I just dropped to a full hand of cards. Done. Alright. Hell. Nobody is lustful. Don't want to buy a card, or do I? No, because if I just play my... No, I can't grab you. Okay, I am getting quite annoyed, actually. I am going to go ahead and make you neutral. So I can get an intercession. Or a sin. Damn it. I keep forgetting those. Okay. Oh, I'm definitely saving this one. That is amazing. Especially get one of the 4 pointers that way. Okay, that's pretty glorious. I'm not gonna lie. I could just grab the musician again if I had a pride card, which I don't. I'm just gonna draw another card. I have 2 pairs, so I'll have a better hand next turn, no matter what happens. I don't draw any more cards. That ends my turn. Unless I want to murder somebody. I'm kind of sick of this damn musician, to be honest with you. You know what? This feels very spiteful, but also something very thematic for hell, because he's just annoying the shit out of me. I'm going to murder the musician. Ooh, the demi-mondaine. Very interesting. Okay. That's them done. Okay, my friends. Let's improve you. Do I want to buy anything? Another intercession for 1 point makes a lot of sense. So I'm going to do that. So this gets discarded, and I bring out a 1. And I get an intercession for only 1 point. You get as many cards as you want to in front of you, by the way. Choose any soul in play and send it straight to purgatory, regardless of how holy or unholy the soul is. Oh, that's quite nice. That's a very powerful benefit. I dig that a lot. So that is done. Next, I play my hand. One of my cards is indeed Charity. So, you instantly go up to heaven, because you can't go past 6. You are now in heaven, and I get a new archangel, who is Uriel, who likes humility. That's good for them, I guess. There you go. Do I want to use the Holy Relic? I can't. I don't want to use an Intercession. Oh, new soul comes out. Sorry. The Merchant. Okay. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and fill my hand and end my turn. Oh, that's very spicy. Alright. Nobody lost full. Apparently all the horny souls are farther in the deck. I'm going to go ahead and play 2 pair. To get me a free sin. Oh, this is one of the immediate ones. So I can get 2 unholy points. Oh, but the timing is awful. Damn it. There's nobody with humility or patience that I can affect, and the only person here who has pride is already holy. Which means this doesn't work. So I get a point. That's not the worst thing in human history, but it's not really worth the 2 pair. But full hand, and hey, now I get to do 4 cards. Was greed one of the cards I just discarded? It is. Okay, great. Let us work on the merchant. No unholy relics to use because heaven broke mine, so I just draw a new hand and my turn is complete. So as you can see, turns can go really, really quickly under the right circumstances. Friends, I know this is going to seem kind of strange, but it's going to make sense in the long run. First of all, no one is charitable or humble, so my angels don't work. I don't have enough points to buy anything. I mean, I could buy another Intercession, but I only get to use this one more time. I'd rather use it for a relic. What is 3 of a kind, 2 or 3? It's 3. I could make the playwright reapable. Or use my holy relic to grab him. Or I could use it for the demi-mondaine, which would be even more efficient. Or I draw a card and hope to either get 4 of a kind or 5 of a kind. Or I'd play 2 pair. A 3 of a kind, I could then use that to pull the merchant to being neutral. Because she's female, right? I could use nurture. Sorry, I am thinking about how I want to do this turn. But is that using it just to use it? Like, yes, it's theoretically possible he could reap the merchant. But I don't think that would necessarily be crippling. And I have to remember, he's always got the ability to just flat out murder someone anytime he wants to. So I think we're going to go ahead, and I'm not going to get fancy about it. Oh, wait a minute. No, I couldn't do that. I almost said... This is the rule I keep forgetting about, which is you have to have their virtue in order to use it to bump their points. She's patient. She's not charitable. So I am instead going to play this as 2 pair. Which feels like a tiny bit of a waste, but maybe not. And I get a brand new Intercession, which is not the entire deck of them, just one. Oh, good. So I instantly get +2 with anyone that is charity or kind. Or I could make him neutral. I'd rather bump him up to 3. So that happens right away. Very nice. I drop to a full hand. And let's go ahead and grab the demi-mondaine. That is 2 points, right? For set of 4? Yes. Okay. So, do I want to use another Intercession? I do not. Thank you. Although it would only cost me 1 point to use Nurture, and that would then take the merchant away. I actually think that's worth it. So I'm going to use an Intercession. By the way, this one doesn't count as my Intercession each turn because I have to do it. Or I lose the card. That's kind of a one-time thing. This one does count. So I'm going to go ahead and reduce this by 1 to reduce this by 2, making the merchant neutral. I'm then going to use my Holy Relic. To reap the Playwright. Remember, normally it would take me 4. It only takes me 3 because of my Relic. I'm pretty sure this is meant to be the designer's wife. Notice there's no art credit, so I'm pretty sure that's who that's supposed to be, but I'm not certain. I hope he still is married, because calling your wife wrathful is kind of a look. Maybe especially if it happens to be accurate. Anyhoozle, we're going to drop to a full hand of cards and consider that a turn well spent. Oh well. Okay. No one is lustful. Weirdly, including not the blushing bride, you'd think. However, we're definitely going to use slavery, because that's 4 points. There's not that many of those in the deck. So that's definitely a thing that we're going to be doing. Can't use Asmodeus. I can't buy anything. I think 2 points to the merchant is still the right play here. 2, 3, 4. I'm going to use my sin. I'm going to enslave the bride. So I instantly get 1. And I'm just going to put a 1 on this just to show that I've used it. Actually, here, I'm going to put this on top of the blushing bride just so I don't forget it. Hand. I already used my 1 sin. Don't have any relics. Can't legally play this reap card, so I draw to a full hand and done. Okay. Nobody here is charitable or humble. Well, no. Yeah, she's chaste, not charitable. I don't have any points to spend. Step 3. 1 pair ain't nothing. I'm just gonna go ahead and draw another card. Now, using an Intercession. I'll be honest. Using this on the Blushing Bride is really strong. So I'm gonna do it. Because then they lose the sin to no gain. As you can see, this game has a lot of player interaction, and it's really easy to be nasty in this game. Which, I guess, is thematic when we're talking about, you know, the souls of people. We don't want to let them go without a fight, but... I don't draw any other cards. I can't use my relic, so my turn is done. I am pretty angry if I am hell right now. So, this doesn't do anything, this doesn't do anything. I could buy another sin. I could switch her 1 point to Unholy by using Wild as the Envy card. That seems like a pretty low IQ play, but maybe it's better? I think I will do that. It feels gross. I hate using a wild card just for 3 different colors. Then again, if I wait, yes, they might start pulling on the socialite. But I've got the ability to murder anyone anytime I want to. So if they get close, I can just go like, haha, stab. And if I get a better card, I might be able to get 3 of a kind or 2 pair. Or even 4 different kinds or something. I could just discard the 2 reap cards, because we're not going to be reaping anytime soon, I don't think. And draw up to a full hand. Yes, I'm going to discard both my reap cards. And then draw up to a full hand of 5. And I got another reap card. Game! There's only 5 in the damn deck. I don't need like 7 of them at once. Archangels don't do anything. I don't have enough points to buy anything. I have every incentive to just draw another card and hope to get something better, so I'm gonna do that. I'm then gonna take my remaining cards, flip them over, and shuffle them. I might try drawing another card next turn for the off chance of getting a full house, but that ends my turn. Oh, I guess I could have used the Demi-Mondaine to remove the merchant again. Yeah, I gotta do it. No, if I do that, then they're all neutral. That's not worth it. Okay. So. We could just get it over with, bump him up by 2, and then reap. Like, we gotta get some points on the board. We have to. And the longer this takes... I also could just murder them once I get them up to 4. That also seems sensible. So we're going to do that. I'm going to do 1, 2... The wild count is greed, by the way. 4. Bump it up to 4. I don't necessarily want the game to go quicker. And wiping out all 3 of them would do exactly that. So that's that. I don't want to use my sin. I don't have a unholy relic. I don't want to play a reap card. No, sorry, I do want to use my sin. Sorry. I will... Wait, why is my sin in the void? Yeah, my sin is just discarded. The relic is in the void. So the merchant has been reaped for hell. We finally got somebody that's lustful. Very nice. And then we fill up our hand. Done. So. If I don't grab the model now, she's going to slowly get dragged towards hell. Because of Asmodeus. But the thing is, I don't have a way to influence her. Unless I did 3 of a kind, or 3 different colors, and passing on 2 pair is just almost never worth it, in my opinion. Because 2 pair is a free intercession, and it's something else. And yeah, 2 pairs almost always has to be played, in my opinion, in this game. So we're going to do 2 pair. Just like that. We get a free intercession, which is... patience or humility, bump by 2. Let's bump you up then. And then I get to draw up to a full hand. And I do 1, 2, 3, and I steal the model from hell. I could use an intercession if I want to. I don't really see the point. I'm going to use my Holy Relic. And I'm going to reap the Demi-Mondaine. This thing gets discarded, but it is worth points at the end of the game. That's why it's important to send those to the void. And then we're going to go ahead and put out a new soul, who is the Heretic. That's got to be someone else like involved in the game's design, I bet. Hand is full, turn is done. The Heretic is worth a shitload of points, and I can't do anything about that right now, which is very frustrating to me, but it is what it is. I have to basically hope he can't grab the Heretic either, because this is something we desperately need. We're behind on souls by quite a bit. And this is nothing, basically. Like, yes, I could spend 3 of a kind, but I don't have envy, so I can't do anything with that. I literally have to draw a card. Or discard. To draw more than one card. Yeah, I think I will do that. I'm going to discard a Reap and everything but my 2 Gluttonies. You know what? That's a freaking full house. I will take that. I mean, no one is Pride or Gluttony, though, are they? No, they're all Envy and Lust. Gross. But I mean, a free relic is a pretty amazing benefit, even if I don't get to add a bunch of stuff to anybody in play. Okay. So nobody here is charitable or humble. I can't... I mean, I could buy my last Intercession, but I kind of want to save up. I could just add 1 to the model. Or I could discard my whole hand and hope for something better. And to be honest, that sounds really good to me. I'm just going to discard my whole hand. And get 5 new cards. And that'll be it for my turn. That's much better. Okay. You're lustful, but I can't do anything about that. Man. It feels like a waste. But a free relic is a free relic. So even if I can't do the second part, I can't give somebody... Oh, or I can subtract. Oh, I forgot about that. Perfect. Yeah, so we just go right for the full house. I'm going to subtract 1 from you. Because note, there's no star, which means it can be from any soul in play. And I am going to go ahead and claim a relic, which is the Book of Vices. Oh, that is ridiculously powerful. I will be using that this turn. Rest assured. In fact, I'm just only going to put 1 activation chip on it. And I'm going to go ahead and draw a full hand of 8 cards. That is amazing. Look at that. That is a hand, my friends. That is a hand. And that concludes my turn. So. Nobody patient, nobody humble or charitable. That's fine. I gotta get that Heretic. Like, as much as I would love to save the model. And I could by making the wild card be Temperance. Getting 2 on the Heretic is pretty strong. So I think we're gonna do that. And draw up to a full hand. That's my whole turn. So, what is the best hand? I actually have 7 of a kind, which is hilarious. But I will take 5 different ones, which is +3 to a single soul of my choice. Oh, I do get to win her over to Lustville. So here's the really unfortunate thing. I would love nothing more than to find a way to get the heretic back on my side. But instead, I think we have to work on the socialite. Because, look, if he's going to get the heretic, I need to make up for that. So we're going to do 5 different colors. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's +3. We're going to pump that up to 3. Do I want to use my Unholy Relic again? I don't think I do yet. I want to save that for when I need a big play. And draw. There we go. Okay, 3 of a kind is a very nice play for next turn. I'm not going to use my relic, so that's that. So here's an interesting idea, and I'm probably going to do it. I see no reason not to do this. It's a major jerk move, but again, Battle for Souls, not nice times for everyone. If I make the heretic reapable and then reap, that really screws over hell. But I could also buy an... Nope, don't get... Eyes on the prize. Abby, eyes on the prize. Yeah, we're going to do exactly that. He gets up to 4. I don't use an Intercession, I use a Relic, and then I play Reap. He goes to heaven. I don't know how a heretic gets to go to heaven. I don't think that's how heaven works, but I guess. And you both go to purgatory. Oh, that felt good. We then get the writer, the worker, and the knight. The Knigget, if you will. You all reset, and all done. Refill my hand. And it's back to the devil. Well, I am going to claim the writer, because that's free. That's free real estate. What is 3 of a kind again? It's a free sin and what else? Oh no, it's just +3. Okay. But I'm gonna do it. I have no reason not to do 3 of a kind. The question is, do I reap right now? Which would give me a 3rd soul to his 5 and stop him from claiming anyone else. Or do I wait and hope to pull someone else over too? Because I need to make up this edge in the worst possible way. I need to make it up. And reaping 1 soul, quite frankly, is not going to be enough. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use my last activation of my relic to get a full hand of 8 cards. And then we're going to see what that gives us for next turn. Because I've got that reap in my hand, I can play to... And I got a full house, which is really what I was hoping for. But I could only set for Pride or Envy. Oh, that's annoying. No one here is prideful or envious. I'm gonna have to just do 5 different colors so I can crank somebody up a bit. I mean, the free relic would be pretty nice too, so maybe that's my path. We'll figure that out next turn though. My turn is done. Okay, we have a humble soul, so the worker is going to become holy. Oh, the worker is female, I think. Yeah. So I can use my intercession and reduce the writer. I think I'm definitely going to do that, but first... let's go ahead and do +2 to the Knigget. And then I'm going to use my intercession. Oops. And I'm going to reduce this by 1, making them neutral, to resist by 2. That'll stop them from automatically reaping next turn. Yeah, and then I draw 4 cards. I actually meant to use this. I'm just going to use it next turn. Because I didn't actually have the knight all the way up. Okay. Full house means relic. I can't ignore that. As much as I might want to and go for something else, full house means relic. I could just do 2 pair though. Which would give me a free sin, and it would let me take another turn. Maybe one more I could influence some of these souls that are already out there. But I'd only get to draw 1 card. No, I can't pass up the full house as much as it's on maximum efficiency. A relic can be a game changer, so we're gonna get the relic. Ooh. Oh, that's very spicy. So someone is kind. I can basically remove 3 holy points anytime I like. That's quite nice. Draw up to a full hand, and done. And I got a shitty hand. Well... Oh, I forgot to bump up the writer back to 3. Because of lust. Fyodor Dostoevsky was a horny bastard, I guess. Okay. So nobody charitable, but there is someone humble, so we get the worker back. 3 of a kind adds +3, right? Yeah. Let's get the knight bump. No, I can't do the knight. Could only use 3 of a kind on someone that's patient. I could just do 4 to bump someone up by 2, like get that worker up by 2. And then they'll flip over next turn. We're going to do that. So this is going to be for humility. And that bumps it up to 3. Draw 4, and I forgot to buy stuff again. That's okay. I'm just going to choose not to do that yet, because I really want a relic, if I can get it. Alright. It's 3 different as just +1, right? Oh, I don't need to worry about that. You're going to flip over right now anyway. I'm playing a reap card this turn. There is no question about that. The question is whether I'd rather discard everything but that reap card to try to get a better hand next turn, and I think I do. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. That's my action. Next, I'm going to use my reap card, claiming the writer for hell, and sending the worker and the knight to purgatory. And done. And we get a fresh new hand of Cardos. Let me get a drink of my delicious beverage here while I think about what to do. So, we have Humble, Humility, and Charity. I could win either of these two. The Man-at-Arms is worth 4. So we're definitely going to do that. And then I think we go ahead and go 2 pair and see where that gets us. A free Intercession, which is... Once per game, select a soul at random from the Purgatory pile and release it to heaven. So you basically flip this over, shuffle it, and then immediately go to heaven. That is incredibly strong. Because remember, the Blushing Bride is in there. That could be pretty incredible. So I think we'll probably end up doing that. We're going to drop to a full hand. And then I get to do a second thing. None of you are diligent. And I can't do 2 pair again. I could do 3 different colors to bump up the Man-at-Arms again. I guess that's worthwhile. I'm going to use my Intercession right now. And we're going to flip this over. And who's going to heaven? It is the Artist. Cool. And I drop to a full hand. And I am done. Ooh, 5 different colors. Very nice. Okay. So I've got 4 different colors, which is enough to add 2. I was really hoping to grab the Man-at-Arms. But I don't hate grabbing the Pharmacist. And I'm going to go ahead and draw a full hand of cards, and that's my turn. Okay, I can make him reapable next turn, and then screw them out of getting the Man-at-Arms. Brilliant. So, Charity... what is 5 different colors? Is it +3 or +4? It is +3. Winning the neutral might be really valuable, but making the Man-at-Arms into an Archangel would be even better. Plus, it would disincentivize them from reaping, maybe, but maybe they'd be more likely to reap. I think we're just gonna try to get another Archangel. Plus, the Archangels themselves are also worth points at the end of the game, so it's worthwhile to just bump him up by 3. Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and discard the 4 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, this is where the strategic calculus gets very interesting to me. I got about a sin I didn't want to. And here's what makes that interesting. If I reap, yes, I'm giving Heaven a 4-point soul, but I'm stopping him from getting an Archangel, which would make him 7 points. It's a no-brainer. It's reaping time. I'd rather give him 4 points, give Heaven 4 points rather than screw myself out of anything useful. Okay, just the 9 souls left. We have the Contestant, the Heir, and the Mathematician. Do you still get the points for Relic if you never use it? I'm just going to really quickly check endgame scoring here. Oh, I guess I don't discard it. I should just... Oh, you put the relic in hell or in heaven. Okay. Okay, so relics in play do still count for points, so... I don't care, because I'm going to go through the discard pile anyway, because any Sinner Intercession that I have... Does that also go to heaven or hell? Yeah, I'm just going to put in the discard pile. It doesn't matter where they are. I know what I get scored. So I'm going to go ahead and draw 5 new cards. And done. In my last test game... Oh, I forgot to draw a new hand with Heaven. That was pretty silly of me. In my last test game, Hell basically dominated. So this is a game that's a lot more even than it might look. First of all, is anybody here humble or charitable? They are not. So no freebies for me. Oh. I should probably put dice back on them, huh? I mean, we kind of got to keep going for the throat. We can't really afford to fuck around. And so 2 points on the Contestant is, I think, the best choice. And then I fill up my hand. It looks like it's time to reshuffle the Virtue deck. Annoyingly, I didn't get Diligence, so I can't work on the Contestant any farther. Oh well. Winning over the Heir of the Mathematician is pretty important. I don't think I can afford to dick around, so we're going to go ahead and do exactly that. I'm going to win her over. And refill my hand. Done. Okay. Now, this is annoying. I can't win any of the souls on the battlefield right now. So this is interesting. So let's assume, and I don't know this in real life, let's assume... I find it's a good strategic practice to always assume that your opponent has a Reap card in their hand. If he bumps the Heir up to 4, he has every incentive to reap so that the Contestant doesn't go to heaven. So do I think it's more worthwhile to buy a relic and leave the Contestant up in play, but then he could steal it? And that's kind of the calculus that has to run through your head. Like, I can't claim any of the souls right now. So really it's down to, do I discard my whole hand to get 5 brand new cards? Or do I spend the 2 points to get in? If I spend 1 to get an intercession, I think that's worth it. Let's do it. Because 1 and 2 are basically the exact same thing. I use this up forever and ever. I then get a new intercession for free, and it is the Guardian Angel. Oh, it can block unholy points from being added. Oh, that's very strong. And then I'm gonna discard my whole hand as part 3 here. That's a better hand. So this is quite bad, actually. This is really bad timing that he managed to get that particular benefit. I'm quickly checking if it's instant, it can be played on someone else's turn. And it doesn't say you can't use it to just say block 3 unholy points. And now I know that ticking time bomb is there, that might change my strategy. So here is my debate as the... Actually, seeing that card come out maybe convincing me to buy a sin with the heir. Let's do that and let's see what sin comes out. Oh, that's very powerful. That basically lets me... That's quite nice. I am gonna go ahead, because I had to convince them to burn these cards. Burn that ability, right? And I'm gonna work on the heir. So the question to me as Heaven is, do I care if those get up to 2? And the answer is, I don't think I do. I think I'd rather save this ability for when it's most useful to me. And that doesn't really hurt me right now. Like, what's he gonna do? Play some crazy reap ability? Probably not. Okay. Winning the contestant has to be my overriding desire in life. That bumps it up to 3. And I refill my hand. Done. I got him next turn. As Heaven. I almost think, like, because of that, of this ticking time bomb of him basically fucking me over anytime he wants to, I kind of like buying another sin is the way to go, instead of working on making them holy. Or unholy, rather. Hey, there we go. +2 lust or envy, or -2 to charity or kindness. That's utterly useless. So it just gets burnt. At least I get a point for it. That's not nothing. let's go ahead and just do 2 more to her. And at this point, they're gonna go, no. You may add 1 point to her, but not 2, because they see the trick I'm pulling. And they're gonna make it so I only get 1. I draw up to a full hand of cards, and my turn is now complete. I wish I had a Reap card, but I don't. That is the twisted life we lead. I'm going to play Diligence, Chastity, and Kindness. And that makes him reapable. Now, unfortunately, I can't reap because I don't have a reap card, but I can next turn. So that is a very important benefit that I have. Because of this annoying ticking time bomb, I don't really have too much incentive to do anything right now. I mean, I could reap, but that would only help Heaven and not help me. I would gain virtually nothing from that. You know what? It's still worthwhile to do this because I want him to have to think about it. Either let me keep getting free sins or stop me by spending an ability. And I think he's just going to let this one go. Shit. Well, that hand's useless. Okay. Using this as 2 pair makes a lot of sense. So we're going to do that. That's a free Intercession. Which is... add 1 holy point or subtract 1 unholy point. I'm going to use that real quick, like. But not yet, because I'm still in step 3. Oh, you perform all of step 3 twice, right? Yeah, let's go ahead and just discard everything but 1 reap. That's what I'll do with my second turn. I'm instantly going to go and use St. Anthony of Padua to bump him up to 5 and you up to 1. So it's either adds 1 point. Yeah. I think that's how that card is meant to work. If you find out in the comments that I'm wrong, that this card's actually supposed to also subtract 1 from him, that's fine, but, yeah. And then you're going to draw 4 cardos. Okay. So I am quite annoyed at this stupid garbage ability of theirs. I'm going to go ahead and once again move you back to neutral to take another sin. I'm going to get some amazing sin, I'm sure of it. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and add to them and basically be like, use your ability, I dare you. And they're just going to say no. And here's why they don't care. As long as I don't get them up to 4, I can't do anything. Then there's no downside. We're going to discard our whole hand and try to get a really good hand. That's not a terrible hand. It's just not good enough because I don't have any sloth cards in there. Okay. Nobody there. I could buy an Intercession. I feel like that's playing with fire, though. I don't want to do anything to reduce the contestant's point value. I guess I could have used this to block them and then won over the air. But I don't think that makes a lot of sense. I think instead it would be best to just go ahead and discard everything but one of the reaps. And that'll just be my whole turn. I cannot win for losing. I cannot get a bloody patience, a bloody diligence card. I'll have to use extreme measures. Okay. So I can't do anything with the air this turn, unfortunately. Damn it. I'm just gonna draw a card. This gives me 2 pair next turn. That's a nice consolation prize, and that's my whole turn. He's in a similar boat, though. He can't really do anything here, so I think we're just gonna draw a card ourselves. That's charity. That doesn't really help. I need diligence, damn it. Okay, gonna play 2 pair, and let's see where this might take us. Free Sin, which is... So once per game, when everything is neutral, I can add 2 unholy points to any soul. That's pretty good. And I gotta be honest with you, because I don't have Sloth, I'm just gonna go ahead and play the pair and get a point at the end of the game. And then drop to a full hand, and that's me done. He's just gonna draw a card. Because until he gets Diligence, he can't do anything. There he goes. Now next turn, stuff's gonna happen. And I'm just gonna draw a card. There we go, I get 2 pair next turn. However, how many points does it add? It's kind of overkill, but frankly it's worth it because it gets us 4 points and another Archangel. So he's gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, win the contestant, and that might be the game, by the way. And lest we forget, we get a new Archangel. I couldn't use the Archangel because that's just how it is, but that is it for us. After we draw our new hand of 3 cards, of course. There you go. Okay. So, we still can't win anybody over because we don't have Sloth. But I do have 2 pair, and I have to do something to break this stalemate, or we're just gonna get Roppel Stomped. I think we're gonna get Roppel Stomped anyway. If I'm honest with you, I don't think we can win this anymore. But maybe we can with the right sin. Like, that one is pretty helpful. I do get to refill my hand though and do a second thing. Game, could you not? Please? Please, game, please. I'm gonna draw a card. Hey, it's 3 of a kind, for whatever that's worth, which is not much. I'm gonna immediately use my Sin of Hedonism. Which would go 3 and 1. Now the question is, does he care enough about keeping this one here? Yes, he does. He is going to spend one more of his Guardian Angel expenditures. And that is him done. Over to you. Sorry, I said he's gonna run it, didn't I? Oh, did I discard my ability? I did. He's gonna go ahead and use Temperance to pull the Fortune Teller. And I think bumping up the Mathematician makes sense. No, the Fortune Teller is 4 points. You can't argue with 4 points. Let me be realistic here. I think hell is screwed. 4 different colors is 2, right? Yeah. And then draw 4. I don't see, like, unless Hell pulls some sort of amazing ability out of their butt cheeks. Like, I can't even influence any of the souls here. Because I don't have Sloth. So I guess we just draw another card. Hey, I get a full house next turn, so that's a thing that happens. I guess the Right Not Holy Relic might still have a part to play. Annoyingly, no, I actually can work on the Mathematician, so let's do that. The Mathemagician, if you will, goes up to 3. And 4 new cards. And there's the Temperance we needed. We can put him into Reap mode next turn. We're going to get ourselves a fancy new relic. Because relics are still worth 2 to 3 points. They're almost as good as souls. And then you're going to go here. And what does this one do? Oh my goodness. That is pretty insane. So that means if I get a 4, 5, or a 6, I instantly reap them. That is very, very good. I'm going to use it right now, actually. Let's frickin' go. Yeah, I'm gonna roll this air. All I gotta do is get a 4, 5, or 6. There's definitely a risk here, because if I don't get a 4, 5, or 6, then I get nothing. But if I get a 4, 5, or 6, then I get very, very good things. I didn't, so it goes back to neutral. That was a mistake. Oh well. So, how greedy would we like to get here? Now remember, I'm fully aware of the fact that he's got this waiting. So if I reap, that's what we're risking. Getting another Archangel will be really, really good. I have no reason to reap. I've got kind of a stranglehold here. Hell, no, if I did that, he'd reap it instantly if he had a reap card. And I have to assume that he does, right? Yeah, let's just go ahead and make the smarter play and just try to get yet another Archangel by bumping him up to 5. Okay. So annoyingly, I can't use this relic again because there's no one with any unholy points right now. I'm gonna draw a card. Well, hey, I get 2 pair next turn. That might turn out to be something helpful, and that's me done. Oh, I didn't draw a new hand for you. There you go. Yeah, let's fucking go. Let's get ourselves a brand new Archangel again. Yeah, Heaven has won this game by a lot. Like, every 4-point soul that's come out, they've been able to win. And they just keep getting Archangels. So Gabriel is 1 for Chastity. Refill the hand, reshuffle the deck, and that is it for the turn of Heaven. I mean, it's 9 souls to 4 right now. There's not much that can be done at this point, but we'll see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Play a new sin. Instantly +2 for Wrath or Pride, or -2 for Patience or Humility. It's a point, but that's all it is. Draw 3 more cards. Yeah, let's win the air, and then let's try to use our relic again and see if we can't instantly get an Archangel out of it. Come on. Anything but a 1, 2, or 3. Please. Please, game, please. Yes! So because it doubles, that instantly ascends to hell, or descends to hell, and I get a devil. Got Leviathan, who likes envy. Oh, that's quite handy. Okay. Six of one, half dozen of the other. I can improve Chastity, but I can't really touch any of the others, so I'm going to go ahead and bump this up to 1 using your Gabriel. I thought I could have played this, but it wouldn't have mattered, so we'll just say that I chose not to. And then I'm going to go ahead and play 3 different colors to increase this up to a 2. And I draw 3 new cards. Oh dang, someone that's humble is gonna be a real good one. So I once again find myself in the unpleasant situation of not being able to affect the cards in play. Oh, sorry, that card got discarded. Because I can't use Envy, and I can't use Lust. So I guess I just draw a card. Like, I like the fact it's 1 of every color. So I don't really feel the need to... Of course I get a fucking reap game. Oh, that's interesting. What does 3 of a kind give you? Is it +1 or +2? It's +3. However, the moment I play that hand, they are going to immediately reap. Just so that I get nothing. And they can then use their ability. I don't think it's worth it, to be quite honest with you. Let's make the shepherdess even more chaste. Yeah, I'm gonna deliberately not use the chemist because until he's disincentivized to reap, then that's all that's gonna happen. So we're just gonna draw a card. We're gonna bide our time until we can lower the boom. And we're just gonna draw a card. Now that I don't need sloth, I get all of the sloth. Come on, game. Really? Okay, that bumps up to 4. Is there anything I can do to delay things? Does it make sense if I reap? Because I can't add 1 to his account. Can I? No, I need diligence. I don't have diligence. I can add 3 to the chemist, but that does me exactly no good. Since I don't have diligence, I'm not going to get it for a while. Maybe this is a good time to buy another holy relic. Let's do it. Oops. I hit 1 on the card before I could hit 1 on the die. It can reset a single soul per turn. Oh my gosh. That is ridiculous. That is pretty bonkers. Okay, so now I can go ahead and play my 3 humility cards. Getting +3, because I can't... They could still reap, though. I think that's the risk I have to take, though. Like, here's the thing. There's nothing I can do to stop them from reaping. So maybe I'm better off... No, I'm better off keeping my cards and just drawing a new one. Sorry, it's just... There is no incentive for me to waste a good hand when I might get another Humble Soul later on, or I can do a full house next turn. That's the right call. Okay. So I've got a pair of Sloth, which is pretty gross. I think I'm just going to draw a card for that step. At least now I have 1 of 5 different things, so I can mess with stuff. Here's the question. Do we reap, knowing that I could then use my Sin of Torment? I think I do. I think this is just a matter of me cutting my losses and maybe hastening the end of the game a bit, because it seems pretty unlikely that Hell is going to win this game. Not if they can't get at least 1 more soul somehow. So we're going to go ahead and do exactly that. So we're going to play a Reap card. Shepherdess goes there. You both go to Purgatory, where all mathematicians deserve to go. I'm kidding. I actually liked math kind of in school. Oh, but that's after... damn. Oh, I just made a horrible error. I just realized Intercessions... Oh no, it's an instant one. Okay. So we are instantly going to play this card to add 2 unholy points to the Honest Lawyer. And he's going to say... You can play 1. Oops. And then I can use this next turn to flip it back to neutral. So that is their turn. Over here, we're gonna do a humility, temperance. Oops. I have a full house, but I forgot to make the astronomer more friendly to me. So I don't get to use the secondary power because I don't have... Nobody there is humble or temperate. So, I do get another relic, though. Oh, it's the reverse version of... Wait, is that the opposite of mine? No, it is deliberately the opposite. Yeah, I don't want to get a skull on the heaven one. Okay. I don't get to do the other ability. I then get to trigger an intercession. That's removed from play. So I don't have one. So here's the question. Do I make the Honest Lawyer neutral? Because I can only use 1 Holy Relic. It doesn't say use Holy Relics, it says use 1. Or, do I do this to try to grab the Astronomer? Because here's the thing, right? Just because I make the Honest Lawyer neutral doesn't mean he can't grab him. Oh, did I discard my... Yeah, okay. Like, here's the thing. He can stop me from getting the Honest Lawyer pretty easily because of his Scold's Bridle. I frankly think increasing my chances of winning the Astronomer is more valuable. So we're going to go ahead and use this relic for the first time. So remember, we don't want a 1, 2, or 3. Or we do want a 1, 2, or 3, sorry. We got a 3, so it instantly jumps up to a 6, meaning next turn I can get another Archangel. Okay. We need Lust or Envy. So here's my concern. And there's literally nothing I can do to stop it. They're gonna reap next turn, assuming they have a reap card. Oh, they didn't even get a full hand. Ah, there you go. And then I switch back. Like, sure, I can add +3 to the count. That's amazing. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, and give it the same number. Are we sure that 5 doesn't add 4? No, it adds 3. Damn it. Fuck. Look, here's the thing. If he reaps, the game ends, and he wins. So he has no incentive to delay the game at all. Yes, I could play my hand of 5 cards and increase the count to 3, then use Witchcraft to give the Honest Lawyer 3. 3 is not 4. Therefore, he reaps. So here's what I'm going to do instead. I'm going to play my 2 Sloth cards for 1 point. And then I'm going to reap. Because if I let him go to next turn, that turns into an Archangel, and that's 3 more points. Is it going to matter? Probably not. But we're going to figure it out. And you both go to Purgatory. Okay, the game is now over. We're now going to go ahead and add up the points. So, where is the final scoring? It's just easier for me to remember if I'm looking at it, so I don't forget anything. I think it's like you don't get like points for doing anything fancy. You just get all the different points you have access to. So, Devils, that's going to get me 6 pointeroos. Oh, whoops. Wait, what? So that's 6 points just for the Devils. It's 2 for the Unholy Relic I have. So that's going to be 1, 2. And then we're going to go through the discard pile. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, was it 8, right? Yeah, it was at 8. Okay. Then all the souls you won. It's going to be 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. For a final score of 34 points. By the way, if you're playing with the solo game, it's literally just you play just the one side and you're trying to earn 35 points before your deck runs out. Which is a very intriguing way to play the game. I haven't tried it yet, but it sounds interesting. Okay, Angels alone is 12 points for Team Devil, or Team Heaven. Relics in play is 4 more. Discard pile is 2, 3, 4. I don't know what happened on those 2 cards, but that was pretty funny. Oh, let's increase that to 0. Okay, now this is where it gets stupid. Because stupid is what it's going to get. So you got 3, 6, 10, 18, 21, 25, 27, 30, 33, 37. So they got 57 points, which, last I checked, is a lot more than Hell scored. In fact, they had more points just through Souls than Hell ever did. So that is Battle for Souls. This is a paid DLC, so I'm not going to include a link to the description. Instead, you can just go to the Steam page and look at DLC. I really recommend it. It's a very smooth playing two-player game. I did play the longest variant, in case you're wondering what these are for. This lets you play with 7, 14, 21, or 28 souls, depending on how long you want the game to be. I wanted to give you guys the full experience, so I did all 28. But there's definitely reasons to play with less if you're looking for a quicker game. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. We're sticking with card games next week as we play an old classic with a new twist with Catan the card game. I think you'll really enjoy that one as well, especially for fans of Settlers of Catan. Which I've only ever played online. I've never actually played a physical board copy of Settlers of Catan. Every time we think about buying a copy of it, my wife is like, nah, we have the card game. Which is fair, because the card game is pretty great, as you'll see next week. A couple of thoughts on Battle for Souls before we go. The easiest rule to overlook, I cannot stress this enough, is that one at the bottom of the book. That is so critical to not miss that, because it completely changes the game and the way it plays. Yeah, that's... I accidentally misread that. I wasn't paying attention, I guess. I was pretty tired. And you could easily get over 100 points if you don't follow the rules. Which is, a very hellish thing to do, I suppose. But I'm exaggerating slightly. I don't think 100 points is all that possible in this game. But, yeah. Strategically, I think it offers a lot of interesting options. I would say, the rules even tell you this point blank, don't play it as a 3-player game. Which I completely agree. I think this would be a terrible 3-player game. In fact, I just love how matter-of-fact they are about it. It's great. Because it's under team play. Oh, maybe it's actually at the very end. It's in here somewhere. It literally says, we do not recommend playing this game with 3 players. And it's like, I completely get it. I guess it's because you can't put on the side of the box, you can't put 1, 2, 3, or 4. Oh, you can't put 1, 2, or 4. Yeah, there's right there. 3-player games are not recommended. I could see it being a possibility if you wanted to teach the game to someone. And they haven't played a bunch of games in the past or whatever. Maybe. But this is honestly not a hard game to play. In all honesty. The real skill comes in with knowing when to reap. I think that's the most underrated skill in this game, is knowing when to play that reap card. So each deck, I didn't talk about this earlier, is 50 cards. They each have 5 reaps. They have, I think, 6 of each virtue or sin. And then 3 wild cards. I think that's right. I think that's the breakdown. I wonder if it's here in the book. I think it's how it is. I think it's 6 of every virtue or temptation, and then the 3 wild cards, and then 5 reaps. Knowing when to play reap is the ultimate thing. Another thing to figure out is when to cut your losses. When you have a crappy hand, and it's better off doing that than just discarding a pair for a point. It always feels like a letdown to discard a pair for a point, in my opinion. There's sometimes you have to do it. Like it makes sense after a two pair play, right? That makes sense because you're not like losing anything, so to speak. But in almost every circumstance, getting 1 point is gross. It just doesn't feel good. If I had one criticism of the game, it's kind of easy to snowball to the point where the other player just can't win. And I think that's why the developers probably, I think the default is 14 sins. Or 14 souls. Which I think makes the game a little bit tighter. But you can do as many or as little as you want to. I'd recommend 14 actually. I think 14 is a little bit of a tighter game. With 28, it gets easy for one player to just run away with the game. There's a fair bit of luck in this game. It's not to a point where I hate it, but it is something to watch out for. It can be very frustrating, as you saw, if all, say, two or more of the souls have the exact same sin or virtue, and you can't play your cards because you're not getting that particular card. That can be very disappointing and very frustrating. And I think there's so many other ways to mitigate the luck, though, and it's pretty rare you won't be able to play a hand of cards, that I think at the end of the day, it's still worth playing. Very simple, very enjoyable game. Highly recommended. I'd love to see if this guy's done any other games. I don't know if he has or not. I bought it at my friendly local game store. I didn't back it on Kickstarter. I might have had I seen it. Because, guys, I cannot, under any circumstances, underestimate the amazingness of this artwork. Just amazing choices here. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. But that is it for Battle for Souls. Please join us next week for Catan the Card Game. But until then, this has been Guardian. Thank you for watching, and I bid you good day.